happening again, folks. It's all going back to the way it was. Not the way it was, but the more recent way it was. Not the was, the way it was back in the day. The way it was back, say, a year ago or whatever. Schools are closing again, folks. They're doing it. 2 weeks, they said. That's what they said last time. You remember last time, 2.5 years ago or whatever, when they said, well, March 27th, we'll close for 2 weeks, they said. You guys remember that, right? 2 weeks? What's that movie with Tom Hanks in it? Yeah, when are the water lines going to be done? 2 weeks. Ha 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 ha. 2 weeks. Yeah, we're all laughing now. And look, we're all doing what we can. I'm going to do what I need to do for the people around me, obviously. But how many more of these shots are we going to take? Now I had 3 of these shots now. Vaccines, man, there's serious stuff. They're putting crazy things in these. I'm not that scared yet. But how many more are you going to take? For 5 years? You're going to get one every 6 months for 5 years? Are you going to be cool with that? I don't know, man. Does that make me unreasonable? No, it does not make me unreasonable to question something like that. Secondly, we got these vaccines because they said, well, it's going to help and we won't have to go backwards. Well, guess what? We're going backwards now anyway. They're closing schools. It's just a matter of time before they come for the rest of it. And because of the fear and the power that we've given the government and all the different bodies that govern us, I went with one of the schools out there already going 2 weeks off. And there's no one telling them they have to do this. This is all out of fear. They have committees based on fear that basically allow them to dictate their policy. It's all based on fear, not even fear of the actual virus, but fear of what would happen if they got sued because they didn't do something. So they close, and then I lose students. And it's just a bummer for everybody around, but the organization will be safe because they did what they had to do. If I lose students, they lose money too, right? So what are we talking about here? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not exactly smiling from ear to ear. So we'll just hope we don't get the big trickle down. The big trickle down. It trickles down to you and me, just as plain to see, like it did last time. They'll close the schools, and then everybody else will start freaking out, and then the governor will have to do something. He wants to get reelected in a couple of years, so he's going to have to follow suit. Hopefully they'll leave it up to local and we can keep some of the gigs, but I don't know if you've been watching the Facebook, but a lot of people had New Year's Eve gigs canceled just because of the Omicron. And the irony is that the Omicron, yes, is spreading really fast, but it's actually fairly mild. And, why are we freaking out like this? Why do we allow that to happen? Fear-based response. That's all we get. It's all we do. It's all we can do. We don't have any reason anymore in this stuff, man. So it's all totally screwed. So I think we'll all hopefully we don't all go remote. Hopefully we don't all go back to the old way. Hopefully they don't start limiting how you can go into bars or go see music and all this kind of stuff. But we already saw it. We saw how they did it. They don't really think about the overall individuals, they're thinking about the other individuals. I don't know who they're thinking about, because if they close everything down, it's not helping me. I don't know, is it helping you? I don't know who they're thinking about, it's not helping me. Is it helping you? I don't know who they're thinking about. Is it helping me? Because it's not helping you. I don't know who we're thinking about, because we're not helping them, and they're not helping us. They're not helping you, and they're not helping me, and we're not helping nobody. So we'll see what happens, and we'll just have to go with the flow, buddy. I don't know what's going to happen, and we'll see you on the next one. SuppleOwl.